Leaders in early childhood care and education have long advocated for a policy to guide nursery school education, but it has always taken time for the government to develop one. For years, this education has primarily been provided by private schools, which themselves have lacked clear guidelines. Today, the government, through the Ministry of Education and Sports, has launched the Early Childhood Care and Education Policy. This policy will provide a national framework to guide the delivery of early childhood care and education services in a moral, coherent, equitable, and quality-assured manner across public and private sectors.
It's not about unveiling this policy document. It's about affirming Uganda's commitment about every child, regardless of the background, regardless of circumstances, deserves a strong beginning.
According to the ministry, this new policy is a standalone framework and the first of its kind. It addresses key issues such as center security, caregiving standards, costs, and more. The ministry notes that the ECCE policy is designed to help parents educate their children as they progress towards pre-primary education.
And it is in early childhood that most of the growing happens, especially the growing of the brain. By the time a child is like 5 years, more than 90% of that child's brain has developed. So the role of the parent is extremely critical. How is the parent feeding this child? What is the parent feeding this child on? How is the parent treating this child? There's 19.74 billion directly to ECCE interventions over 5 years, covering expansion, as already mentioned, pre-primary teacher training, regulation, quality assurance, plus related investments in school health and nutrition.
The ministry emphasizes that the early years of a child's life are critical, calling for safe spaces and quality education to be provided as children grow.
When children receive nurturing care, stimulation, protection, nutrition, and early in learning, they are more likely to perform better in school. They remain in education longer and grow into healthy, productive adults.
We are going back to the communities to assure parents that it doesn't matter what their socio-economic background looks like. They can still build up their children in the areas.
Representing the Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, Joyce Kaduchu, the Minister of State for Primary Education, urged inspectors, local government leaders, and district education officers to ensure that the policy is implemented in schools.
I call upon the local government. This is your sole responsibility to ensure all the nursery centers are licensed. They meet the minimum standards, the basic requirement for a child to live.
To support the policy, school representatives called on the government to provide necessary resources, including funding and teacher training, to ensure that government commitments are realized.
The policy is protecting the child in a way, what they should eat, how they should learn, which teacher should teach, because the objectives are well stipulated. To one, train our teachers of ECD to upgrade to a level required to ensure that they deliver what is expected. Two, to allow us access material for, let's say, teaching aids for the children, to also help us fund things like curriculum, education for teachers, lower the charges to allow them access it.
The policy aims to reach over 20 million children by 2030. The launch was themed Strong Beginnings, Brighter Futures. Maria Jacinta Kanyange, NTV.